Hey everybody, my name is Nick. I appreciate you coming back to the channel. And this year, for Valentine's Day, a lot of people, maybe you can't go out to a restaurant. A lot of restaurants are closed. A lot of people are struggling out there. Maybe you don't have a lot of money to go out and spend on a big fancy dinner. So today, I'm going to show you a 3-course menu you can make right at home for that special someone for Valentine's Day this year. And the best part is, it's not going to cost a lot of money. It's not going to break the bank. Best thing you can do for that special someone is make them a home-cooked meal. So let's get this going. So the first thing we're going to do is make some candied lemon zest. We're going to use this as a garnish for our main course, which we'll get to a little bit later in the video. So I'm just going to take a peeler, and we want to take strips of our lemon zest off. We just want to get the zest. We don't want to get any of the white pith. We'll stack these up, and then we're going to slice these into strips. And this is one of these things that separates a restaurant meal from a regular home-cooked meal. I want to make sure that these strips are pretty even. So I'm going to add these to a saucepan here. And I want to take away the bitterness from that lemon zest. So I'm going to add some water, bring it to a boil. We'll drain that off, and we're going to do this 3 times. So after 3 times of blanching our lemon zest, it's ready to go, and now we'll candy it. We're going to bring back the lemons that we took the peel off of, and we're going to juice them. We're going to make a simple syrup using the lemon juice and a little bit of water. So I got a measuring cup, so we know exactly how much juice we have. And it seems like we have a 1/4 cup of fresh lemon juice. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to add a touch of water here to get 1/2 cup of total liquid. Add that to our lemon zest, and then we'll add 1/2 cup of sugar. Put that over high heat, bring it to a boil, and this will be ready to go. Add that to a bowl, and then we'll put that in the fridge to cool down completely. Now we could go ahead and make our appetizer. I got a loaf of French bread here. It's a couple of days old. I'm going to cut some pieces off of this. We got the oven preheated to 400 degrees. Take our crostini, line them up on a sheet tray. We're going to toast these in the oven. Before we do that, I want to add a little more flavor to these. So I'm going to sprinkle some olive oil over the top, add some moisture. I'm going to take a garlic clove here and just rub that olive oil into the bread. So it's going to evenly distribute the olive oil, and it's going to add some garlic flavor. And all these little things add up to give the dish a lot of flavor. I'll pop these in about 3 minutes. Meantime, we'll make our topping. I got some ricotta cheese here. Add a little bit to a bowl, about a 1/4 cup. I'm going to hit it with just a touch of 1/2 and 1/2, about a tablespoon or so. Make it a little creamier. Pinch of salt, fresh cracked pepper. I got some fresh thyme here. Pick those thyme leaves, put them in there, add some color, some freshness. And then finally, we'll zest in some lemon zest. About a teaspoon here. Goes well with the fresh thyme on our garlic crostini. Give that a mix. Crostinis are toasted, nice and golden brown. And we'll just line these up, and we'll take our ricotta mixture, take 2 spoons, and we'll shape it into what's called a quenelle here. Just like this. Looks a little better than just spreading it onto the crostini. Again, just take 2 spoons, one over the other, right on top. So to plate this up, simply put 3 on a plate, put a little more fresh picked thyme right over the top, then we'll take some thyme stems and we'll put that on the plate. And that's our lemon ricotta crostini right there. Simple, easy, beautiful appetizer. Now we can get everything ready for our main course. I got some tricolored potatoes here, red, purple, and yellow. We'll quarter these up, add them to a bowl, and again, keeping the cost down. These were on sale. That's why I picked these up. And once they're all quartered, add them to a bowl here. Still have the oven at 400. Add a touch of olive oil. Generous pinch of salt. Fresh cracked pepper, of course. Granulated garlic. And then got some Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I'm going to grate that in. Roast these up. We're going to have garlic Parmesan roasted potatoes. Beautiful color. Flavor from the Parmigiano Reggiano is going to form a nice crust on these potatoes. Make sure you give that a good toss. Put this on a sheet tray, lined with aluminum foil. Pop these up in about 45 minutes until they're nice and tender. While that's cooking, we'll get our Brussels sprouts ready. Take the ends off, cut them in half, remove the excess leaves. Again, these Brussels sprouts are on sale as well. And these leaves, you could keep these. Give them a good wash. They're great in salads. We got our Brussels sprouts all ready. Pop these in a bowl. I'll show you how we cook these in a second. Put these aside for now. We got an orange, and we're going to cut these into supremes. What that means is I'm just going to take the flesh off and the pith, just following the shape of the orange down with your knife. We're going to use this as a garnish as well. And take a paring knife, and you can see the segments there. Just follow your knife down in the shape of a V, removing just the orange flesh. This is called a supreme. So we're going to use these orange supremes as a garnish, and we're going to keep the juice as well for our marinade. We're going to be cooking a salmon today. We have our potatoes, our Brussels sprouts, and we're going to have a nice marinated salmon. Show you this nice sauce we're going to make with it. Get all that juice in there. Now I got some garlic and ginger here. Just peel the ginger with the spoon. I want to give everything a good chop. You combine the ginger and the garlic together. Just make sure it's all chopped up nice and fine. Add that to a bowl. We'll set that aside. And I got our salmon here. These are salmon fillets, deboned, skins taken off. Put these on some paper towels, let them air dry in the fridge. You want to have your fish as dry as possible to prevent it from sticking to the pan. The less moisture you have, the more of a chance it will not stick. Here I got 1/4 cup of soy sauce, a 1/4 cup of honey. We'll add a bit of Aleppo pepper for some heat, and this is going to turn into our sauce for our salmon. We're going to take that orange juice here, bring that back, pour all that orange juice in there. Make sure you get all that juice. Give that a good mix. We're going to cook this with the salmon in a bit, along with that orange and ginger. Going to have a great flavor for this salmon. Our potatoes have finished roasting. The Parmigiano Reggiano formed a nice crust. They're tender. We'll set these aside, keep these warm. Let me show you a great way to cook Brussels sprouts. Got a pan here over medium-high heat. We want to get this pan nice and hot. Add olive oil, coat the bottom of the pan. And you want to get that oil to its just about smoke point. Once it's there, add your Brussels sprouts face down. We want to have that sizzle. We want to get a nice caramelization on these Brussels sprouts. Add all of them to the pan. Make sure you do it face down. I love making Brussels sprouts this way. Be very careful when adding the Brussels sprouts. You don't want to splash this hot oil. And once all the Brussels sprouts are added, turn the heat down just a touch to medium and let this go for a few minutes. Season with salt. And you don't want to move these too much. You want to just let them caramelize, get that color. Don't fool around with them too much. Just let them do their thing. Put a lid on it so they get tender. It's been about 6 minutes. We'll take this off. You see all that steam? And you can see the browning around the edges of the Brussels sprouts. That's when you know it's ready to flip. Give it a check, and that is perfect. That is beautiful. You can see the color of the Brussels sprouts from the caramelization, the beautiful vibrant green. Add a knob of butter to finish. Continue flipping all of them. I used to make Brussels sprouts like this for a halibut dish. Made them to order just like this in the restaurant. And ever since then, this is usually how I make my Brussels sprouts. So our butter's melted. And to add a little bit of freshness, brighten these Brussels sprouts up a bit. And add just a touch of some lemon juice. Just a squeeze. And these are perfect. We'll put these aside, keep these warm. So now we can cook our salmon. Have another pan here. Salmon still on the paper towels. Added just a touch of salt on the top here. Again, want to make sure they're as dry as possible because moisture will make it stick to the pan. Medium-high heat, add some olive oil to the bottom of the pan. And you want to get that olive oil just to the smoke point. As soon as you see a bit of smoke, you're ready to add your fish. So we want to put it where the skin would be. And move it around in the pan a bit. This ensures that it will not stick. Being very careful, move it just a touch. Add our other fillet here, same deal. Shake the pan a bit, make sure we're not sticking. And once you realize it's not sticking, just let them do their thing. Good 4 minutes, we'll let them cook. Touch more salt on the other side of our salmon. So after 4 minutes, you can see the sides of the salmon. It's almost cooked through. Now we could check if we could flip these. Carefully with your tongs, flip them over, and you can see that is perfect. Even golden color. Same deal with the other side of the salmon. Give it a shake, make sure we're not sticking, and let this go another 3 to 4 minutes. So our salmon's been cooking another 3 minutes on the other side. It's just about cooked. And now we could add our garlic and ginger. Let that cook for just about 30 seconds until it's fragrant. And now we could add our marinade here. Right into the pan. We'll let this reduce by half. So after about a minute and a half, our salmon's done. We can remove that from the pan. And then take our sauce to our desired consistency. So it only takes a couple of minutes. This is a good consistency. You don't want to over reduce this because it'll be too thick and it'll be burnt. So now we're ready to plate our salmon. We'll bring back our potatoes here. Pile them up on the plate here. Our perfectly cooked salmon fillet. And our caramelized roasted Brussels sprouts. Pile some of that up. A little more around the salmon. Our orange segments right in front of the salmon. We'll go with 3. And you can see how beautiful this plate looks. Spoon over our reduced sauce. That orange ginger, little sweetness, saltiness from the soy. And then our candied lemon zest right on top of the salmon. That's a beautiful, elegant, restaurant quality main course. Now we're ready for dessert. I have these 2 small cast iron pans here. I'm going to put some butter on the bottom. You could use a regular sized cast iron pan, or a pie dish works well. We're going to take some graham cracker and crush them up on the bottom. This is a really easy dessert. I'm going to sprinkle some cinnamon. Again, not too expensive, all the ingredients. Some semi-sweet chocolate chips. About half a cup each. Spread them evenly over the graham crackers. And then we're going to pile some marshmallows on top. And this is just a s'more in dip form. I have the oven at 400 degrees still. Get all the marshmallows on there. Push them down a bit. Pop these in the oven. About 7 minutes. And we'll take our remaining graham crackers. And we're just going to use these as sticks to dip into our s'mores dip. And after 7 minutes, these are ready to go. Nice golden brown on the top of our marshmallows. You could take a plate here, spoon some out. Serve that with the graham crackers. Or what I like to do is just take the graham cracker and dip it right in. And that's it. You got an appetizer, entree, and dessert. Perfect Valentine's Day dinner. Don't forget to check out my video for the perfect Valentine's Day cocktail to go with this 3-course meal. And you and that special someone can have a restaurant quality 3-course meal right at home for Valentine's Day that won't break the bank. I really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.